In order for us to draw a box and whisker plot, we have to have several pieces of information. Here we have the lower extreme, and here we have the upper extreme. Now the boxes tell us the other three pieces of information we need. The lower quartile, the upper quartile, and the median. Well, in this case, if we have a box and whisker plot already set aside, and it's asking us what is the range, the interquartile range, and the median showed in the box and whisker plot below. Well, the median is simple. It's right here. It's the one notated by this line right here. This is the median, therefore the median is 34. The range is the distance from the smallest number to the largest number. Well, we find distance by subtracting. So we were going to take 40 and subtract 23 and get 17. Therefore, our range is 17. The more difficult one is the interquartile range. And what that is the distance between the upper and lower quartiles, which in this case is here and here. Our upper quartile is 37. And then we must subtract 30 from it to equal 7. Therefore, our range is 34. Our median is 34. Our range is 17, and our interquartile range is 7. Simplify. In this case, we must combine like terms. Well, we learned that anytime we see plus a negative number, that is the same thing as saying minus that number. So we can rewrite this as 3g minus 5n minus 5g plus 3m. Well, since we're doing addition and subtraction, we must move from left to right. And let's start off with our 3g and find out what it has in common. We have 3g and we have a negative 5g or minus 5g. Well, if we take 3g and subtract 5g, we end up with a negative 2g. Now again, think about it like this. We have 3g, or it's 3 degrees outside, and all of a sudden the temperature drops by 5 degrees. We're going to be at negative 2 degrees. And again, we know that we're going to subtract because of the sign that is in front of the 5g here. Now we can mark these guys out. Now we also have minus 5n and plus 3m. Well, we cannot combine 5 or negative 5n and positive 3m because they don't have like terms. They don't have like variables. They're close, but they're not the same. And remember, in order to combine terms, they have to have the same exact variable. So in this case, we're going to keep the negative 5n and plus 3m since we can't combine. Therefore, our answer is negative 2g minus 5n plus 3m. A TV repairman charges $75 just to come to your house and take a look at your TV to see what's wrong with it. He also charges $50 an hour. Write an expression that represents this scenario. Well, we know that at the very least you're going to be charged $75. So we can go ahead and write that. Plus, we know that he's going to charge us $50 an hour for however long he's there. So we represent that by 50 multiplied by some variable, or h, for the number of hours that he's there. Now that we have this, we know what the price is going to be for any given number of hours that he comes out. So if he just comes out and is there for like less than a minute, you're going to get charged at least $75. If he stays there for 2 hours, you can plug that number in here and figure out how much the cost is going to be. It'll be 75 plus 50 times 2. Well, 50 times 2 is 100, plus 75 equals $175. But what we're asked here simply to do is write an expression that represents the scenario. And that would be 75 plus 50h, or since we're adding, it could be 50h plus 75. Now, if we were subtracting, we couldn't do that. But since the order doesn't matter in addition, we can say 50h plus 75. And remember, 75 is the constant. You're going to pay that no matter how many hours he or she is there. The answer is 50h plus 75. Put the numbers below in a frequency table using the following groups. Well, we need to make a frequency table for 0 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15, and 16 through 20. Well, we simply do this. 0 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15, and 16 through 20. Well, where does the 12 go? Right here, so we just put a mark for that. Where does the 15 go? Right here, so we put a mark for that. Where does the 3 go? It goes right here. Where does the 7 and the 7 go? Right here and right here. The 4 goes here. The 12 goes here. The 19 goes here. The 18 goes here. The 0 goes here. The 13 goes here. The 12 goes here. The 17 goes here. The 9 goes here. And the 15 goes here. And what we're trying to figure out is how many we have in each one. Therefore, we have 3 here. We have 3 here. We have 6 here. And we have 3 here. That is a frequency table. I'm sorry, please forgive my artistry. It's a very good idea to mark these numbers off as you go. What happens to y as x increases by 1? Well, as you can see here, we are increasing these numbers on the x-axis by 1, from -2 to -1 to 0 to 1 to 2 and so on. Well, as that happens, there's also a pattern forming over here. This number is increasing by 5. It's increasing by 5 here as well. Increasing by 5, increasing by 5, and increasing by 5, as this is increasing by 1. So you can say, as x increases by 1, as we have here, y increases by 5. Find the difference between -90 and 55. Well, we have a key word here, which is difference, and that indicates subtraction. So we must take -90 and subtract 50 from it. Well, again, I want you to think about temperature. We have, it's -90 degrees, and all of a sudden the temperature drops by 50. Therefore, we're still going to have a negative number. In this example, our answer is 140, negative 140. It takes 3 days for one person to plow a field. Write an expression telling how long it would take for X number of people to plow the same field.